Okay, everyone, welcome to the StatsEdgeTrading weekend market wrap up with myself, Michael Nauss. As always, if you want to know what I'm thinking about the markets, you want me to email you directly with all those things, go to StatsEdgeTrading.com. And without further ado, let's get into these charts right here. So I mentioned this a little bit on the email list, which again, you can sign up for free at StatsEdgeTrading.com. I don't sell the emails. It's a great way to be able to contact you guys directly if I do anything cool in the future. So that I was interested in a bit of a sell the news event on Bitcoin. When the ETFs was launched, we finally got it after years of waiting this week, and it's exactly what happened. This is a trade as old as time. You take a really hyped up event, and when that event fails to materialize in a way that people are interested, it falls apart. Or, I guess in this case, when it happens exactly like people want it to, you sell the news on that event, right? Everything in the market is so priced in that quite often when everyone goes, okay, well, the ETFs need to buy because blah, 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 that will cause the opposite reaction. So I am short Bitcoin from around 45,000 a share or 45,000 a coin US. However, Ethereum. So it looks like everybody left Bitcoin and just migrated into Ethereum this week. So I'm still long Ethereum. I'm still holding some. But if Bitcoin's going to remain weak, I think it's going to bring down this Ethereum market as well. So that I'll have to look to change my tune if that occurs. But that's what I'm holding right now. Now, if we go into traditional currency land, we have the DXY or the dollar index chopping around this very important level, just a little inside week this week, and a doji nonetheless. So just some choppy action in the dollar. That choppy action could continue in the dollar. So I'm not going to be super aggressive in any dollar trades one way or the other. The only currency that I'm going to show you guys here is Aussie yen. Aussie yen continues to push up against this high. We have a big question now with Aussie yen. Is this a topping process or are we just digesting these highs to push higher? So I'm going to watch this one for either scenario. If we end up breaking down this trend line next week, I'll be looking to short pretty aggressively. If we end up breaking out, I will certainly want to get long this security right here. So other than that, we go down to gold. Gold seems to be another benefactor of this whole cryptocurrency fiasco that's going on. We have two bottoming tails, right? This prior breakout zone right here. If you look right here, we broke that, we pulled down to it. Now we have two bottoming tails in that area. So still bullish gold, looking for my chance to take a long here with an obvious place of a stop right under 2,000 right now. So getting into the overall market, and we will start here looking at the S&P 500 with SPY. We had a pretty solid week this week. Nice breakout week, really strong week, but we are digesting these highs right here that we're having, and this could happen for a while. I talked a little bit about the seasonality on the last episode, that it's a seasonally choppy period. We are at an area of overhead resistance. If we do end up chopping for a period of time and then breaking out, that just kind of completes a nice cup and handle pattern. So for me, what does that mean? So what does it mean that I think we could be choppy for a period of time? It essentially just means that I need to make sure that I am focused on either buying dips and selling rips or taking profits when they come, holding a little bit less aggressively, because if we are going to have that choppy action, then I don't think we're going to get these insane moves that I'm used to. So down here, we were looking at the SPY. We're going to go down the cap train a little bit here. So MDY a little bit weaker, but we're still holding this important area right here on MDY. These are our mid caps. These are $2 to $10 billion companies. Now let's go IWM, where we're going to talk about the small caps, the little guys. Still the same kind of action. So this week was just a little bit of a digestion week for the little guys. We had some great outperformance in those big names. NVIDIA, a lot of things like that held that. Now, two major ETFs I want to talk about. Uranium. We talked about how I loved uranium in UEC last week. UEC was just an absolute monster. I wish, if I could be this right this often, that would be amazing. But, you just put yourself in the direction of the trend. Sometimes you get lucky like this. Nice 12% gain today. Nice breakout in UEC. I really like uranium. Now, conversely, we have natural gas. And natural gas has been incredibly weak for an incredibly long period of time. It put in this base forever, broke down, and now has pushed up. So for natural gas, I am going to watch this one like a hawk next week. I'm very, very interested. If we fail from this area, then it may be time to short natural gas again as it continues. However, if we start to build inside this base and then push higher, then that ends up, this area right here ends up looking like one heck of a bear trap. So could be time for a face ripper rally in natural gas. But again, watching this very, very closely going into next week. Now, from the other sectors, there wasn't anything that was super interesting to me other than these insurance companies. So as crazy as uranium been, as crazy as UNG or natural gas have been, these insurance companies, these boring insurance companies continue to show strength, continue to be strong and breaking out to new highs, exactly what I want to see from these names. So a couple names that I'm watching going into next week. We'll go back into the daily chart on this one. One is this GIII, right? Low float, be very careful with this name. However, pretty good short float at 12%. I like this massive breakout and then pull back into this $30-ish area. Looking to see if we get some continuation here in this name. CRSP, this CRISPR, big breakout and then pull back, and we're holding this prior area with a 21% short float. I'm short float hunting right now, partially because short float season hasn't been around for a while, so I want to keep an eye on that. Another one I'm watching, I posted this one on Twitter, is SVV. So SVV is very interesting to me because this is a new IPO company. It's a Value Village, so it's not a new company, but it's a new IPO. And you can see SVV very interesting as it's holding its or breaking its anchored VWAP from all-time highs. So that means if the average person started to buy SVV at the worst possible time, the all-time highs, those people are starting to make money now. And the kicker for this one is a 34% short float, which is insanely massive. And then keeping on the IPO route, we have BIRK. So BIRK, I guess, a shoe company. However, 26% short, that shoe company, and we're just having this nice bull flag building at all-time highs. So these are the kind of names I'm looking for. The reason for it is because I think I'm going to need a little bit of volatility in my portfolio and my trading, because I don't think the overall market's going to be that interesting for the next little bit. Just my synopsis on being stuck within this range. So thank you all for stopping by. I appreciate everybody for watching the video. You can see, you can find me, Michael Nauss, CMT, pretty much everywhere: YouTube, Twitter, Substack, TikTok, Instagram, all of that. Give me a follow there. I'd greatly appreciate it. Go to StatsEdgeTrading.com, sign up for the email list. I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great long weekend and get away from the screens.